One of the things I did right after I retired was I became an Ohio Certified Volunteer Naturalist. And as a result of that, I've been connected with different naturalist type of programs, gardenings and forestry programs. I volunteer with the Hocking Soil and Water Conservation District, Bishop Educational Gardens, an organization called Logan and Bloom, and with that I became involved with the Logan Tree Commission and the Logan and Bloom Environmental Efforts Committee. I also serve on a couple of boards, including the Athens-Hocking Recycling Center.
I met Andy through a couple of different environmental functions, the Ohio Environmental Gala, as well as through the Athens-Hocking Recycling Center, where we're both on the board, and she's actually somebody that helped bring me onto the board of the center.
I'm a firm believer in the saying, be the change that you want to see in the world. And so I've opted, now that I'm retired, to spend the time that I would otherwise be working actually trying to walk the talk and actually do what I say that I believe in. It also provides a really good social network with a very diverse group of people. When people come together to volunteer on different projects, they come from all sorts of backgrounds, different faith backgrounds, different political backgrounds, cultural backgrounds. And that's really interesting for me to see how people with such diverse backgrounds and experiences and beliefs can actually share a view and a passion on a specific area, like community improvement and planting flowers and planting trees to better our communities.
How has Andy been involved in the community in a volunteer role? Well, I know Andrea from the Athens-Hocking Recycling Center and her role in helping collect and process recyclable materials across both Athens and Hocking counties. I think that she's an incredible leader. She's facilitated meetings and helped us really reorganize from a strategic framework how we should be going about not just the collection of recyclables, but communicating about them and also thinking about the long-term goal for AHRC.
So many of the activities that I volunteer in overlap with rural action. With the recycling center, for sure there's a lot of overlapping with zero waste programs and recycling programs, composting programs. With the Soil and Water Conservation District and Bishop Educational Gardens, there's a huge overlap with working with the AmeriCorps volunteers, which is really fun, exciting to see and meet people who are volunteering through rural action or working on internships and the programs that they're working on throughout Southeast Ohio.
Volunteers like Andrea are important because we have to have people of all age ranges and backgrounds deeply involved in our communities. The more involved everyone is in the community, the more that patchwork becomes a network that allows us to care for our community and our environment and for one another. Andy is a primary example of somebody who is bringing people together to everyone's benefit. And that is why it's so important to have folks like her communicating with people like me and like you and everybody that she knows in Southeast Ohio and across the state.
Well, I encourage everybody to think about what they can do, whether very low-level, small-level actions that they can take on their own time to help demonstrate their passion for whatever it is that they're passionate about. And certainly if they're interested in helping out with volunteering activities, to reach out through rural action or other organizations that can help connect them with other people and other activities and projects that are really in need of volunteers.
Andy is deserving of the Rural Action Volunteer Award because she puts policy and belief into practice. Every day, she is interfacing with nonprofits and local elected officials and community leaders and just everyday citizens to help them understand why it's so important to be environmentally minded and how you can be environmentally minded in a way that works for everyone. I can't think off the top of my head of anybody that is more deserving of this recognition for all of her volunteer work over these last few years and the course of her life to better our people and our planet.
I just do what it is I want to do. I'm not doing it for the notoriety. I do it because I enjoy doing it. But I think it's pretty neat to realize that people appreciate the things that volunteers do. And although I think that I'd like to really more share this with my other volunteer naturalists who help with the Monarch Butterfly Garden and with Soil and Water with the Recycling Center, because there's literally hundreds of other volunteers working on these projects in Athens County, Hocking County, and all of Southeast Ohio.